What is soul versus ego living? And how does it relate to your manifestations and all that you want to call into your life? For many, many years of my life, I used to live mostly by my ego. Being a misunderstood creative child in school and getting bullied for it and truly having everyone doubt me, I really noticed that that fueled me to chase the dreams of my ego. So when I started photography really early on, what once was true passion and just something that I really loved to do because it was creative and it just came purely from my heart, that soon turned into a chase of wanting more recognition, noticing that people from my past reached out and gave me the validation I seeked all along. I chased more and more fame, more validation, more recognition. The dreams I was chasing, they came from a hurt part of me. Don't get me wrong, some of those things I did manifest, and the short form dopamine that I got from receiving those things made me happy, or so I thought. But that didn't last long because I ended up completely burning out. And only now, after returning to my authenticity and truly tuning into my soul again and really asking myself what it is that I truly, truly want from the soul, do I notice the difference between how it felt to want to manifest ego-led things versus soul-led things. And as soon as you've gone through that journey, you start to see this everywhere. You walk through life seeing people chase ego-led dreams and goals everywhere you go. And often, even though you do have the knowledge, you even find yourself still chasing ego-led dreams. And don't get me wrong, the ego is not a bad thing. We're not here to get rid of the ego because that's not possible. We need the ego to survive, but we should also not put the ego in the front seat. Because especially now, the universe simply won't let that happen. The universe is currently making extra sure that you are living from the soul. So I'm here to ask you, where are you still trying to manifest things into your life that come purely from the ego? And when I talk about the ego, I mean, what things are you simply just doing to get validation? What are the things you want to call into your life simply because there's a past hurt version from you that wants to prove their worth to your parents, friends, old colleagues, whoever it is? Where are you trying to manifest things into your life just so people see you as worthy, as successful, just so people see you in a position of power, just because there's a hurt part of you that wants to show people that you can do it? Where are you neglecting your own happiness, well-being, and true inner peace and joy when it comes to your manifestations, just because you're chasing this quick dopamine that your ego so desperately wants? And don't get me wrong, when I first started asking myself those questions, it truly felt like my life fell apart. Everything in my life changed. I'm not even exaggerating. Almost all of my goals changed or shifted in some way, and this doesn't have to be the case for you, but truly reevaluate your life and what you are trying to manifest, because the universe will make it really freaking hard to manifest from the ego, and the universe is also currently making it really easy to manifest from the soul. But yeah, when you first start to ask yourself those questions, it can truly feel life-altering, and it will often put us in denial, because everything that we thought we wanted, our soul doesn't actually want. I still remember being in denial for so long because my entire vision board was full of me living in New York, taking photographs for celebrities, having my photos be on Vogue covers, and secretly I was constantly daydreaming about what the people from my past might think when they actually see me succeed. Because the child within me felt so misunderstood and so unworthy. So I wanted to reach those goals and finally feeling like, hey, I showed you, I'm now worthy. But the devastating part is that even though we chase those things for often years and years, and we literally burn out for doing so, the feeling worthy never comes. The only thing that does come most of the time when we're already super burnt out is that we finally recognize that we have been worthy all along. And for most people, this realization comes so late in their lives. And I don't think it's a coincidence that so many people my age, Gen Zs, even earlier on, that they are awakening to those truths so much earlier than our parents did. And we should really recognize how powerful it is that we do have all of these realizations now, that the universe is awakening us to this knowledge so early on. And no, I'm not saying this is going to be the easiest thing ever at the beginning. Like I said, I was in denial for 2 years. I kept trying to go back. I kept finding myself daydreaming, constantly wanting the validation and constantly feeling like maybe this is a soul-led desire. I kept trying to find loopholes, and my ego in very sneaky ways kept trying to justify everything. But it wasn't until I actually tuned into what truly brought me joy, my true soul desires, the manifesting became easier than I had ever known it to be before. I started noticing that my manifestations truly sometimes came within a day, within hours. I started to trust myself more, and my life in general just became a whole lot better. So how do you notice if your dreams, your desires are ego-led or soul-led? And I first still want to mention, let's not demonize the ego. The ego is a part of us, but we don't want it to rule our lives. You will very clearly notice if something is from the ego, and if you find yourself chasing this just quick dopamine. If you keep envisioning yourself in certain situations and you have this spiteful feeling of wanting to prove people wrong, you envision people seeing you as you are successful and you are envisioning them giving you validation. You get your joy from other people perceiving you or seeing you or feeling a certain kind of way when they see you having what it is that you currently desire. And on the other hand, it is soul-led when you tune within. When you focus on your intuition, you focus on what gives you joy, you notice a certain kind of peace and a certain kind of calm and a certain kind of excitement, but a pure form of excitement. Not this, oh, this will give me dopamine. And I'm absolutely not saying that when you tune into your soul's visions, that your dreams cannot be moving to New York or having these really big career goals. Of course, those can all still be soul-led, but really, really tune within. Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it to prove your worth? Or is it coming from a hurt part of yourself? I'm going to give you another example from my personal journey. So a few years ago, my vision boards were filled with being in New York and shooting Vogue covers and having the coolest Instagram and having so many followers. And these dreams could actually, depending on the person, be either soul-led or ego-led, and in my case, they were purely ego-led. I didn't put the followers on my vision board because I wanted community or I wanted to simply just share my art. I put it on there because I felt like, oh, when the people from my school see this, they will think, oh, we were completely wrong about her. She really made it. I didn't see myself in New York because I intuitively felt called to be in New York. No, I thought it was the place to be. And I thought that staying in my hometown could be seen as embarrassing and that moving to New York was seen as, oh, she made it. So look at your dreams and look at your desires and look at what you're trying to manifest. And no, just because you're spiritual and mindful, it doesn't mean that you can't manifest money. It doesn't mean that you can't manifest a nice car. It just means, why are you manifesting it? Because the universe is currently not taking our shit anymore. And especially in this time, the universe doesn't really want to support people anymore that act purely based on their ego. And I'm also not saying that your entire dreams now have to be based on saving the world and just serving other people. No, you can manifest things that make you happy. But just constantly ask yourself the question, is what I desire and what I'm trying to manifest truly making me happy? And you will notice that in the most magical, beautiful, aligned ways, the universe will completely and entirely support your soul's vision. Okay, so this was it with the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a topic that's so important to me and it's been such a huge part of my journey. So if you resonated, please leave it in the comments down below. And as always, you can find new videos every Wednesday on YouTube and on Spotify. And as always, you can find everything down below: my social medias, my website, my newsletter, my retreats, the online community, everything that you're looking for. And I'm super excited to hopefully see you again next week.